tracking that percentage track.
You can't handle the truth.
Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. I am RB Piper. This is the Piper Academy Network, and this is a Bitcoin all-time high. Right there, guys. We talked about it yesterday. Look, we were getting support at the 1035 level. We were breaking into the golden pocket. I said, we're holding support here. Could be looking to go higher. Looks like we were going to hit that 1-to-1. That's that gray line right there. We did. And I said, I might be interested in a short there. As a sell-off short, and I'll be damned if it didn't do what I thought it might do, but it also did what I thought it would do, which made me not want to enter a short. And what that is that nice pullback there. Rejection came all the way back down to support that we were talking about and then went back up. And I said, look, Bitcoin's been known to punch people in the face when you try to fight against the trend, and went down and then came right back up. And now we're continuing higher. We got Bitcoin doing that. SUI had a little issue today. We're going to talk about that. There's a hack going on, about a $200 million hack as of right now. So we're seeing some pullback. Might be some juicy buy-in spots. CZ reportedly stepping in to fix that problem there. We're going to look at that. We got some articles talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, check this out. He's talking about the bear market target. Not yet. Later in the year, when we go into the crypto winter. Talking about a bear market target of 69K, based on the fact that we go, okay, hey, look, we have these 786 that we always hit here, right? Oh, always. We always come to 7. Where would this 786, if it's going to be a 69K bottom, where would this have to be at 69K, meaning where would we hit? How high would we go? We're going to look at that today also, guys, and talk about where we would have to get into on the upside for price to bring us back down to a 69K bottom. It's going to be interesting to see what that number is. But we're breaking all that down. We're breaking down some macroeconomic data, explaining to you guys about the treasury yield auctions yesterday. And we're going to break down a whole lot more. So, guys, stick around. Welcome to the Morning Market Report, guys. It's time to go. Catch you on the other side. Everybody take your seats, please. Take your seats. You guys know what time it is. Class is in session. Let's get it. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We're going to get to all of you guys. You guys are active as hell today. Let's go ahead and get up my co-host here, though. OC guy, how you doing, man? I was told that you're supposed to slide in today and do some kind of
Oh, you're right.
But yeah, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So what's up, dude? How you doing today, man?
No, doing great. I actually forgot about it. I was actually going to do it maybe tomorrow. But yeah, doing fantastic. Great morning. I mean, a lot of things to do. But we see a breakout on Bitcoin. Yesterday, you were talking about this. I'm still expecting a possible retracement somewhere around these zones. We are getting on my threshold areas. But remember, we can even retrace over time or correct over time and then keep going on, which we need to see. But at this point, I would say that I will be careful when I start longing at these areas. So until I have my setup, until I see my confirmation, I will not be taking longs. And remember what I've been doing throughout this week, it is taking half positions, right? Because we are on a dangerous zone. Still, unless I see the markets cooling down, or having said that, my oscillator flooding down without the price falling, I'll then jump back in with full position, with full trust in the market and the movement. But other than that, doing fantastic.
That's definitely a Danger Will Robinson level that we're at right now for getting into a long. That's for sure.
Oh man,
no sound effects.
Let me see if I can bring it up.
No sound effects.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Nice.
All right, I got it. We got it that time. We got it. Let's go check out the chat over here. Let's go to the duo chat. Cam, what's up, OC? How you doing there, man? All right, let's go check and see who we got in here today. We got BC Port Court coming in saying good morning. Good morning. Alexander G. A Ace about to grill 70 burgers for our entire department for the EMS, Emergency Medical Services. Shout out to A Ace. Thank you for your service, man. We appreciate you, bro. Crypto Trades is in the house. He said, Buenos dias, fam. Buenos dias to you. Hit that like button. Let's get it. We got Ninja Glock in here. Donato Cabrera with the GM. He said, yes, coffee. Coffee is great. Coffee is great. Check out our coffee company that we work with here right there. It's Legendary Aviation Coffee. They got small batch, amazing coffee, if you guys don't know. So shout out to him. He's a veteran too, so I support his company. Baba Yaz is in the house. We got Mike Play, Alexandra G saying abandoned ship. We got Heart, Infinite Team, TA. Hey, man, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Good morning. The Great Beard is in the house. JB is in the house right now with us. We got Murphy YouTube, Murphy YT, I guess it is. I don't know if it's YouTube or not. Christopher's in here with us. He was gifted a membership by BC Port Corp. BC Port Corp dropping memberships in here on us, 5 of them. Shout out to you, BC. Appreciate you, man. Who all got that? Christopher got one. Celinda Anderson, Trade Intuition. Shout out to you, bro. Melissa, one love in the house. And then French Toaster. So, guys, if you guys just got that membership, you guys go check it out. Go check out the Discord. You can see the pinned post at the top. That is all you need to get full access to the entire Piper plan for DCA. And by the way, the DCA plan has crushed it because we bought the entire bottoms on everything. So line of sight on crypto. Shout out to you. Thanks for being here, man. Who else do we have in here? Did I miss anybody? I want to make sure that if they took the time to chat in here and engage, I want to make sure they get an F-bomb. I need a link to RIP so I can go to Vegas. Oh, you need link to RIP. Okay, we'll take a look at link today. OC, can you take a look at link today when you're looking at that SUI? We got Maeve in here saying good morning with us right now. I think I got everybody. Nope. Dylan VA. Hi, all. Have a great day. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here. Robert Mall again. Nick is in the house. And I think that's about it. Dusty Hunt. And Shimatrice. I think I got it. Shimatrice. If I messed it up, I'm sorry, but good day to you. Thank you for being here. You're going to have to send me like the actual pronunciation because you're here now every day and I cannot keep screwing up your name if I am. So we got to fix that. And then JR in here with us. Let's go ahead and jump over into the news, guys. I want to get into this. We got a lot to do today. And a lot to go over and pack into your brains because knowledge is profit. So I'm stacking your wallets right now by filling your brain. Hashtag Diamond Brain. Go ahead and drop it in the chat, guys. Let's go jump into the news. OC, we'll be right back with you. All right, guys, looking at the news today, we are seeing on the Into the Cryptoverse metrics, we are starting to move up here a little bit. This white line here on summary has been like flat for a long time on the risk indicator. It's actually starting to move up. Nothing to worry about. Still at 0.334. Not even in close to getting into the yellow and red yet. Looking at the crypto market cap, guys, we're sitting at 3.49. We're almost at $3.5 trillion. This is insane. But the trend on this is at 3.82 trillion. We're currently only undervalued about 8%. That's it. So beautiful. Love seeing it. Current risk level 6, guys. We're at the 0.6 level. What does this mean? This means that Bitcoin is at a single multiplier for DCA. That's what that means. So if your DCA is base DCA is $25 a week or $50 a week, that means that if we were to do a DCA right now at this risk level, it would just be that base. There's no multiplier. We are getting pretty close to, we're about 9/10 of a point away from having to look at the possibility of 30% profit taking. Just so you know, that's the DCA Piper plan also covers a lot of things in the world of taking profit, not just investing. Let's look at this Bitcoin dominance right now, guys. Bitcoin dominance with stables at 63.39%. Without stables, 68%. We're getting very close to that level of that 71% that I keep watching for. I think that's when we'll see the alt start to get some fun in the game. I just don't think it's going to be everything on the alt front that's going to move on that. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. Good morning, family. I appreciate you, bro. How you doing, man? All right, let's go check out X right now, guys. Fear and Greed Index sitting at 72 right now. We are in greed. Still not in extreme greed. With this pump, we are not in extreme greed. keep that in mind. I still think that we can get some support and keep running. So we're going to come back and talk about a lot of stuff in here. Let me go ahead and get in through the crypto bubbles. Daily is looking green. Hourly was red, now flipping back into green. Also, Bitcoin currently up 3.1% at $110,894, losing that $111,000 level. We're going to talk about what support you need to be watching here in a minute. Also, guys, Ethereum is up 4% at 26.58. XRP is up 2%. BNB is up 4.4 at 686. Solana's up 4.7. Doge up 5.3. Cardano, despite all that fudge yesterday, I got a video talking about that also. Up 5.6% at 80 cents. It's broken that 70-cent mark and it's moving on here. Shout out to A to Ace for that one. Guys, here's what I was talking about with SUI, down 2.9% at $3.82. $200 million hack on the SUI meme network. So we'll have to talk about that. Chainlink is up 4.6%. There's your link moving up. We just need it to actually rip though for you. We need this to be like 40%, I guess, to get you out to Vegas, man. $16.61. Very far off from that $800 mark, just saying. If you know, you know. Let's see here. Number 20 is Toncoin. We got Leo Coin, Bitcoin Hash, and Hedera. Hedera is up 6.8%. That's a pretty good look on it there. Hyperliquid. Guys, we keep talking about Hyperliquid on here. It's up to number 14 now. It's up 16.7%. The Hyperliquid network is crushing it. And Avalanche up 10.4 today. Looking at liquidation for the past 24 hours. In the past 24 hours, 132,730 traders got totally liquidated. Hashtag wrecked. The total liquidation is coming in at $524 million. The largest single liquidation was on Bybit. It was Bitcoin. Got liquidated for a cool $6.36 million bucks. Looking here at the CNBC TradFi report, Dow Jones flat. It's 0.04. S&P 0.13, pretty much flat. NASDAQ doing a little bit better. It's about 0.7% to the upside, but not great. But the VIX is over 20. It is red. It is pulling back a little bit now. Small caps getting crushed. NASDAQ, the only thing really showing strength right now. But I want to show you guys what happened overnight. You saw our market sell off, right? Crash of our TradFi yesterday while Bitcoin just moonshotted, right? But look at Asia. This is their markets yesterday. Shanghai, HSI, Nifty 50, that's India. Look at that. All of it in the red. Europe, all of it in the red. It's not just our stock market that got hit from our treasury bond thing. When we get a flash of danger in our economy, the whole world reacts to it. So looking at the bonds here, we are seeing a small pullback, 0.01. Let's be honest, that's nothing. But the 10-year treasury yield sitting at 4.58%. If this thing hits 5%, we're going to feel some pain in our wallets, guys. Your auto loans, your home loans, housing market's going to be in big trouble on this. I think you're going to see a lot of slowdown on retail of cars because no one's going to be paying, 8, 9, 10%. That no one wants to pay that for a house, for a mortgage. And you're talking like 11s and 12s that you could be seeing on some cars, especially if you're not buying a brand new one. So oil, we are seeing a pullback on oil today, down about 1.9%. It's at the 60-point mark. If we go down below that, again, Buck gets very happy, but the economy doesn't like it, and it usually indicates that you're seeing some weakening in the economy. So, gold, it is having a slight pullback today, 0.86. It's at $3,284. Silver, copper, platinum, and palladium all seeing downside movements there on the TradFi. Stocks a little changed. Let's see what this is saying. S&P 500 ticks higher, led by tech shares, shaking off rate of fears. This is a live update from CNBC, and I put this thing on in the morning. It just keeps giving me updates as we go. The tax bill advanced. This is some news you need to know about. In a party line vote early Thursday, House members approved the bill that includes the lower taxes and additional military spending. The bill, which now goes to Senate, could increase the United States government's debt, which is a big reason why we saw the Moody's drop of our credit rating, because we're just stacking up debt. More debt, more coffee, more Bitcoin. That's the answer. By trillions, and raise the deficit at a time when fears of a flare-up in inflation due to Trump tariffs are already weighing on the bond prices and boosting yields. Congressional Budget Office puts the price tag for the bill at about $4 trillion, guys. Yeah, forget about it. We'll just spend more. The 30-year Treasury bond yield on Thursday traded at levels not seen since 2023, around 5.1% for the 30-year. We were just talking about the 10 after spiking higher in the previous session. The benchmark 10-year Treasury yield, which we just talked about, is just below 4.6%. The increase in long-term rates, which are benchmarks for consumer loans, could pressure an economy already feeling that weight of the tariffs again. And then there was something else in here. Economic growth rebounded in May while prices saw multi-years high. Guys, inflation is coming back. It's rearing its ugly head. And the problem with all of that is that we now have to keep a very close eye on what's going on with the employment, because if we have prices going up and inflation going up while employment gets schwacked, hashtag schwacked, then that is called stagflation. But as of today, not a big, huge worry. Let's refresh this and show you guys what we're seeing here. Continuing initial jobless claims was at 229,000 last week. They thought it was going to be even higher, 230,000 this week. Came in at 227. What does that mean? That means that the labor market is not showing great weakness right now. It's holding it. It's holding up. It's holding in there. But it also means that we're very likely not going to see quantitative easing when we really need to see quantitative easing. It's such cluster. That's what it is, guys. Total economic failure going on right now. So, yeah, we're probably not going to see any rate cuts going on. Who voted for more government spending? Everybody did, Lunar Beaches. They all said, let's just spend more money. We'll spend to oblivion, which fits what I'm thinking is going on with Bitcoin, just so you guys know. We're going to talk about all that. Just stick around. Stick around. While you're at it, smash the like button if you haven't done so yet. Looking at the home sales, existing home sales, actually pretty decent. I think people are projecting that we're going to see higher rates, and so they are going ahead and buying right now. I really think that's what's happening, because existing homes, these are people that are locked in at 3% and below, and they want to, they're selling their houses. I don't know if they're moving in together or if they're buying up. I don't know. I can't really say anything about it because I'm buying a house and selling a house right now. And but I got a really good rate on my house. I got a 2.75% mortgage rate, which is just not available right now unless you do what I did, which was a VA loan assumption. So yeah, existing home sales holding up. So let's go over. And by the way, there's nothing tomorrow. Friday, we're going to get new home sales tomorrow. Nothing big. It looks like it's slowing down. I think it's actually going to come in higher than these numbers for new home sales. And then we got some Fed speakers going on tomorrow. Let's talk about these rate cuts. And I'm sorry if I just blinded everybody. I can't do anything with this chart. I can turn the background black. Can't do anything with this chart. What we're looking at on rate cuts right now, 94.8% chance that we're going to see no change in June. This is next month on the 18th, about a month from now, a little less than a month. Looking at July, it's now at a 69.3% chance. You guys remember this thing was like 28.30. I said, watch for it to go up, and that's what it's doing. 69.3% chance of no rate cut in July now. September, this was nothing. This was actually saying you're going to get a rate cut. It's now up to 31% as we're moving on. This is getting higher and higher. No rate cut. 68% chance of a rate cut. But I think that as we get closer to September, we're going to see that this is probably no rate cut in September. And then we're going to have October and December. This is where we really have to see something. But look, October's already at a 14% chance of no rate cut. December is where we really are like, okay, it's only a 4.5% chance. So I'm actually thinking that we get one. They're calling for two. I think we get one this entire year. And I think it's going to probably be like October, December. I don't think we're going to see it June, July, or September. So quantitative easing not coming soon to a Fed market near you. So looking here at the levels of liquidity, let's give this a refresh. This is the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. We are seeing some levels above and below. Flash bangs. No flash bangs, man. No flash. You're going to give me nightmares. Flash bangs. 112,000. We have a nice liquidity pocket there. There's a small one here at about 108, 109,000 right there. But if we start to go through and start to go down from here and we don't go up and clean that out, we might be coming down to like 105, to the 103 range to grab all of this. There is billions and billions of dollars in liquidations down there at the bottom. So yeah, that's what I'd be watching there. There was an article I want to show you guys real fast, and then we'll get into the price action. Yeah, Bitcoin blast to $111,867, all-time high. Here's what's driving the surge. Spot Bitcoin ETF inflows. They're seeing a lot. Retail on the ETFs. I know you guys think that this is institutional. It's not. This is retail just buying the ETF, right? That's the number one reason. $530.6 million flowed into BlackRock's shares on 21 May, like just BlackRock's on one day. So absolutely just loading up over there. Number two, Bitcoin treasury companies that are putting Bitcoin on their books, starting to grow. A lot of companies adopting the MicroStrategy approach, okay? And then number three, the new narrative, the brewing macro system. This is what I want to talk about with OC. The macro backdrop is pouring fuel on the fire. Japan's super long government bonds, aka the JGBs, once synonymous with near zero yields, have gone bidless, sending the 30-year treasury yield for the JGB to a record 3.14%. The move tightens the feedback loop linking Tokyo and Washington. Japanese institutions are one of the largest foreign holders of our treasuries, and we just had an auction yesterday that nobody bought at, okay? Analysts warned that the disorderly JGB liquidation could force sales of U.S. debt, just as the Treasury must refinance $8 trillion this year. I think it's actually a little bit higher. It's $9 trillion. But with the Wall Street Journal's dollar index down more than 10% from its January peak, and the CFTC data showing that the biggest speculative short positions since mid-2023, investors are casting around for alternatives to sovereign paper. What are they going to? Where are they going to, OC? They're buying Bitcoin. Dude, I said in a post not long ago, I said, look, Bitcoin, you've got one chance, one opportunity. This is your imminent moment to prove every narrative that you've ever been linked to. You're going to have the perfect environment for it. If you're ever going to do it, this is it. You got to prove yourself here. And holy balls, hashtag holy balls there, Alexander G, hasn't done that. It's showing that it is the alternative to sovereign paper. It's where people are flying over to because they go, oh, well, they say this is digital gold, which it's really not. It is kind of, but it's not. In the world of gold, like I heard Peter Schiff actually make a brilliant comment that, look, you're never going to fully replace gold with digital gold. I have a Rolex here. It's got 6 ounces of gold in it. Guess what? I can't make this with Bitcoin. True. Okay, got it. But at the end of the day, as far as a hedge or a safety play, Bitcoin, I do believe, is starting to pick up that narrative, man, and it's amazing to see. So your thoughts on this? Like, why is Bitcoin just denying everything? We had yesterday the treasury yields, the 20-year bond treasury yield, for those that don't know, the auction was yesterday. No one wanted it. It's not being bought up. And if we see the JGB, what we just talked about, the Japan treasury start to sell off, that could trigger them dumping ours also. And they're our biggest holder, which means that if they sell it, it's going to go even higher. People are flying to Bitcoin right now, man. What's your thoughts on this? And, is this something that you being from Mexico, you already know how this works and plays out, right? So what are your thoughts on this, man? I'd love to know, like, what you think about Bitcoin just saying, yeah, here, hold my beer, F it, let's go.
Well, I love it. I mean, I love it. This is what we've been waiting for, right? Something that we've been talking about, a DPEG, right? Not we, the Piper Academy, but everyone in the space talking about a DPEG from an economy, right? But I think this is the start of it. Something important that I've been talking also about, but here in the show, is that we want to that Bitcoin represents real economy and moves with the social what's happening socially and economically throughout the globe. We wanted to mitigate those movements, but also want them to see reflection just like the S&P would, right? But recuperate faster. Why? Because that means that it has a direct impact to what we are living, how we're producing stuff, and it's just not flying along, right, and doing its own thing. We want it to reflect society, we want it to reflect economy. I think we're getting there, especially. And here's my theory, because I haven't just yet kind of like going in depth or dive in depth in this maybe puzzle. But what happened with gold? Kind of like a depict. It went very high, very quickly, right? And it's the hedge against economy. So when things are not going great, we see gold going up, right? When there's imminent crashes upcoming. But when in a regular economy environment, we see that gold also goes down, right? And also, I have a quick answer to what he said about his Rolex gold. Well, try to send that within, try to send that within, I don't know, 30 minutes across the globe, right? You can't
Exactly.
do that with
No,
gold.
absolutely agree. I do think that there's a Bitcoin narrative for gold, for that sector of gold. And then there's gold that has this whole separate sector. It's the high value metal. It's for electronics. Yeah, absolutely agree with you 100%. I think they both exist together.
Absolutely. And I would even go as far as to say it, without that much peer-to-peer relationship, and I know I'm peer-to-peer is electronic, but I think you guys get the point, right? Point-to-point relationship, that in a conceptual way, Bitcoin, it is the ETF of real gold. It's kind of like has, like it's transforming a real value asset with the same characteristics into digital with more other characteristics, right? Related to economy wise. And I think, as you mentioned, gold is going to be irreplaceable, but it's going to coexist with Bitcoin. I want to see, and I think I know we're a little bit far from this, but I want to see a chart, gold, Bitcoin, and then when we start trading that, man, I'm just going to be so happy about that.
I love it. I love it. So BC asked about why would Japan just sell it off, wouldn't it hurt their economy? And Lunar Beach's crypto LBC, shout out to him, big brain, drop diamond brains in the chat for LBC. He gets the gold star today. He said it's not that they don't want it, it's that their policy will not allow them to buy. So yeah, it has to do with the AAA rating. We just lost our AAA rating, right? And so they have to buy so many of these other bonds, and then they have a very small percentage or a percentage that has to be AAA credit rating, and we just lost our final AAA credit rating. So when Moody's cut us last week, so
question about that.
Holy balls, man! Give more holy balls. What's your question, man?
I know this is gonna be sounding a little bit, and kind of like it is intent to provoke, not you, but kind of like stir the waters a little bit. Who cares about a AAA rating? And I know, but hold on a second.
Fact, I'm with you. But there is a cause and effect. There's a second, third order effect, but I don't think it's that big of a deal on either one of those levels.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to get, because I mean, U.S. dollar is still having a hegemony in the global economy, right? So, I mean, who's the biggest economy? And that doesn't have a AAA.
Still, yep. Still
right?
us.
So
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're 100% correct. I think that the initial shock of it was a sell-off, and it was, and then we started to come back. Why? Because the people realized, oh, there was 3 credit rating companies out there for the U.S. government. 2 of them already cut their AAA credit rating. Moody's was just the last one. They're a little bit slow to the game, so it's okay. Let's talk about this. So we talked about the Treasury bond. We talked about these economic woes, right? Kavisi letter put this out and said, in a way, President Trump may actually want a recession. A recession would achieve most of Trump's economic goals all at once. It would lower U.S. inflation, check. Lower Treasury yields, check. Lower trade deficit through tariffs, check. Fed interest rate cuts, check. And it would lower oil prices, check. After the recent surge in Treasury yields, the Trump administration has realized the trade deal headlines won't work anymore. A recession may be the best solution after years of inflation and free money. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm very interested to see what Bitcoin does in a full recessionary environment. So it could be very interesting in the days ahead. That's why we just do our DCA thing. And, we manage that. So if it goes down lower, we get bigger wristbands, and then we just back the truck up, which is why I got a tow hitch put on my car. Guys, we got 112 people total right now between X and YouTube. According to Alexander G, we got about 68, I think she said there, 66, 64. Yeah, 64 people watching. 66 right now is what I'm seeing. Guys, smash that like, helps us out a bunch.
Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Got to pump those numbers up. We appreciate everybody that is here. And if you guys are over there on X, shout out to you guys too. We appreciate you guys watching. Let's jump into a Bitcoin chart, OC. I want to talk about some levels there. And then we got to talk about how does Bitcoin look on its all-time high target if we are going to talk about a 69K bear market retracement? Let's go take a look at your chart, see what you got, and then let's come back and talk about those levels, guys.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at what I got here. Remember that I was expecting a little bit of a retracement. Let's go back and watch the retracement, but this is what I wanted to show you first. We are back on our threshold area, right? Our threshold zone. Remember, this is what I'm actually expecting, either the movement to the upside or the instant retracement down to the dynamic reactor. We're following the same pattern that we hit tops in here and then lower. Remember, we're counting 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, maybe a little more aggressive, and then the final curve to the upside, the blow off top in here, if we can call it like that. Of course, this is not a blow off top, and then the big retracement that creates a lower high and then revisit mid supports. Then remember, we are question mark, because when we get here, well, not exactly this price action, just so you know, we're just following on the structure of the blue candles, right? So when we get here, which is going to be, I expect to be daily dynamic reactor, well, then we need to reevaluate. Guys, remember that I could be wrong in here. That's why we have a red area where we are analyzing for. And remember, if I go to the 6 hour, we start seeing, let's see, compression in the clouds. All right. So come on. Well, we start seeing compression in the clouds. So we are analyzing compression of the clouds. We're analyzing bearish divergences. We are analyzing, there we go, compression on the clouds on daily also, bearish divergences. And we're analyzing when we start losing that cloud and then finally losing the zero line to start incorporating the next retracement that I would say we need to continue up. All right. Why? Because if we just keep exhausting, there's a real chance that we don't get this final push to the upside like this, if that makes sense, right? I mean, I would love to see that. But if we just keep exhausting, when we have a snowball effect to the downside, there's not going to be enough bullish holders there to keep buying more. That basically triggers big money or smart money to then start selling out, right? Where they bought a long time ago, therefore breaking into the bear cycle. I'm not saying that we're going to. I'm just saying that if we don't have this big retracement that I'm expecting, most likely we could be getting to the bear cycle territories. All right. So basically, this is what we are onto. Let's go and analyze where we left out on the 4 hours right here for the short-term analysis. This is the 4 hour again, just to make the contrast against the daily that we were looking at, and where I was expecting a retracement. Did the retracement happening here? Not really. We have a lot of volatility. Look at this week. Look at the next week. And what happens? Well, we did not trigger this breakout. Why? Because remember, we had our trend line. Did we lose our trend line? Of course not. We needed to lose our trend line. We needed to lose our other trend line in here, right? And also, just for good measure, we needed to lose our zero line for this to become a reality, right? So you start getting ready up in here. You start looking for maybe some signals of retracement, just a bearish divergence that was broken by a big body candle going through, right? In the short story, it is that we are long. We did not meet the requirement for a short in there, so we keep our long statement and our long position, and then the opportunity for a short still valid, but we need to start looking for those retracement, breaking trend lines, breaking supports. All right. So far, we have a confirmed breakout right here, but it's not such a big body candle that I would love to. Why is that? Look at the candles, look at the size of the movements, and I'm going to call for this and this other candle as we retrace, right? So I would like to have the same as we break out. So for me, this is a meh breakout. This is not something that I really like to see, but I mean, I can still create. We can still create one more candle. If we have that one more candle, I think we're the next target is going to be 118. So other than that, let me throw it back to you, Piper, and then I have ready link in SUI whenever you are ready.
Awesome. Sounds great, man. Yeah, I'm watching here on this Bitcoin level at this 109,358. This is going to be a key support level. It's the 101. And guess what? It's our previous high right back here. So you can see that we're in this price discovery. So we could easily just keep going up. But if we do come back, I'm going to watch that level close. The reason I think it is possible looking at the 4 hour here, man, if we do have money flow starting to get flat again, but it's done this a couple of times already there and there for small little pullbacks. So don't be surprised that this little pullback that we have right now sends us higher again. Not seeing any weakness. Now, one thing I do want to jump over to, let's jump over to this here, OC, and I want to bring up this article. And I want to talk about this because you said you wanted to see this level too. Shout out to Pennywise in the house. I see you there. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. DDT, JR, all the gang is in the house. Appreciate seeing everybody in there. Bitcoin looks exhausted as the next bear market yields a $69,000 target, okay? Now, Crypto Billy yesterday said, I don't see Bitcoin going below 70 ever again, and I think he could be right, but this one's calling for 69K, so we're going to base this on 69K and take a look at where we would have to hit to get to that level. So Bitcoin bulls should not get too euphoric despite price discovery just beginning. As some traders say, the bull market is almost over. Key points: Bitcoin's all-time high matters little. Highs matter little to those seeing Bitcoin price correction as long overdue. Both the latest surge and the bull market itself are on borrowed time, traders say. Comparisons to previous cycles remain in use despite the booming institutional investment scene. We just talked about all of that coming in, right? Bitcoin traders are calling for a pullback after the all-time high and 7 green weekly candles, guys. 7 green weekly candles. That's a great point to bring up. Bitcoin's price roadmap prepares for Q4 cycle peak. Guess what? That's normal. That's when we typically have our cycle peak, is in the Q4 of the year, right? Of the 4th year. Bitcoin hit its highest ever levels this week. Data from the Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView confirmed. But despite being up by a third in Q2 already, Bitcoin remains unconvincing for many. Long-term analysis suggests that not only is price action due to return lower levels to consolidate gains, but that the entire bull market is near completion. Among the latest prognosis calling for a sanity check is that Trading Resources Stock Money Lizards, and he's basically just talking about our personal roadmap. Q4 2025 peak, pullback 69 to 70K. He actually has 69,594 based on previous level highs, okay? So let's go talk about this and just show this here. There's a couple of things over here that I want to show. So historically, you guys know this. We talk about this all the time. We always return back to the 786 at least for our bottoms. Last cycle, the summer of 2022 or fall of 2022, we barely broke the 786. The levels that I have right now puts us at about a $36,000 to $37,000 pullback on Bitcoin, okay? But if this 786 is to get hit like it was always, and it's a $69,000 pullback, guys, it puts the target on Bitcoin at $271,000. So it would need to come all the way up and hit this level here in order for the retracement to be to 69K. So let's go ahead and put that in. Let's grab this here, put our top level in. There we go. Price target. That's one. That's the 15,000. It's going to be this one. We're going to go in here. We're going to put this at a 270. We'll just call it 271. Well, no, we'll call it 270. We'll call it 270. Let's go that way. Point. And nope, that's it. Okay, let's go check it out. Yeah, there's 69,942 would be our retracement level, and you can see that would be right in line with what we're seeing for topping here, topping back here, good support level for the pullback. But if that was the case, in order for the price to do that retracement, that 78.6% retracement that we have always seen, that would mean that Bitcoin would need to be hitting a 271,000. Now there is another scenario here where this is actually like the 50. Okay, so if we go in here and we pull this on, and we turn on the 50. We want the 50 on, and then we also want to put on the golden pocket. So let's go in and turn on the 0.618, and where's the other one? Right there, the 0.66. Let's turn all these on, and let's take a look at this, and let's see where price would go to. Let me unlock these. Can we unlock you, please? Let's go in and put these unlocked and bring this down, because here's what my thought is. We don't necessarily need to come back and hit the 786 again. Why? Because we have a lot of institutional money that I think will absorb the selling pressure. And this might be the first cycle that we don't see a 78.6% retracement. We actually see like a 60% or a 50% retracement. And so if we start to look at those levels on here, on where that top could be at, we could bring this down, and that would put the golden pocket in that range of that 69K right there. That would be in that ballpark where we come back down for a retracement to the golden pocket, okay? If that's the case, then we're looking at a high on that of about 163,000. I think that is more likely the case. If it's right now and we're in this range now, that would be a top side of about 122,000, which is a number that's being thrown around a lot. And that would mean that Bitcoin just retraces back to the 50% fib retracement for the first time in history. Just because it's done it 4 times does not make it a pattern. For those that don't know, a statistician reporting and understand the world of analytics, the analytical cycle, to create a pattern, actually, believe it or not, is like 20 plus times that you have to have something in order to say we have enough data for a pattern. So at the end of the day, we haven't had enough time with Bitcoin to have any patterns on 4 cycles. So if this did a breakdown to the 50% fib level, guys, again, that would be like $120,000. And then if we're looking at this from the golden pocket level, it would be about 150,000, 160,000, I believe. And that is interesting levels, because at the end of the day, as I've showed you guys on this one before, if we look at where we've gone to before, this 1.618 pullback, right? That's coming in at about 170,000. So I think that we have, potential for different levels here, but right now 120 to 170, I think, is a good ballpark if we are able to get above the 117,833. I heard Alex earlier talking about, let me get rid of that, put my stuff back where it goes. Get back there. There we go. Back down. Thank you. Back in your hole. He was talking about 118,000. I said, well, that's interesting, because I got 117,833 as our next target. That's going to be your 0.66 golden pocket here, which historically, that is where we have, in the side of this pocket or in vicinity is where we typically top out for the cycle. And right now we're in the middle of this. So a couple other things that I wanted to show you, though, was this here, guys. This is our Wallen chart, aka the Bitcoin fib cycle, fib channel that we've been in forever. And right now we're stuck in between this platinum pocket and golden pocket, have been since the entire bottom of the cycle, just trading in the middle here between gold and platinum. Upside move on this top side, right? Given this out into, we're on a weekly right now. Let's put this out into a period of about November or October. That would be about $198,000 Bitcoin for the golden pocket. If we look at this and we say, okay, maybe it's like much sooner because of economic macro data pushing against us on it, then we're looking at like 170, which is right back in line with that 160 that we were just talking about, 167, 168 that we just talked about on that other chart. Now, something to note. And I missed this, and I apologize. Sometimes I miss some things for you guys. Hey, shout out to Alex O Crypto dropping 5 Piper Academy memberships, guys. It gives you full access to everything in our Discord. Check this out, and go get in there. Get all of that data. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, Alex O Crypto. Drop those otters in the chat, guys. This is something that I missed, and I apologize because I typically am all over this data for you guys, but now it may be too late to even make it a point. We went into capitulation on the miners here on 12 May, about 10 days ago, and we are now in a capitulation. That's what that gray bubble means on the Bitcoin mining hash ribbons, okay? They're in capitulation. I want to show you guys what's going on here, though. Let's go to the 5-day. Look, 5 days already triggered back into a buy. 3-day, obviously, if the 5-day has. Everything's triggered back into a buy already. But we had a moment here where we went into capitulation on May 12th, May 15th, somewhere around there. Interestingly, that's when we started going flat. And then all of a sudden we break up and now we're back in a buy level. So I apologize that I missed this to tell you guys, but evidently it was not important because we came out of this thing lickety split. So that's what I got on Bitcoin, guys. Do want to talk real fast here about this article, SUI, and then we'll have OC pull up that SUI chart and get into that. Can we get rid of you? Get out of here, sir. There we go. Thank you. SUI-based token prices plunge amid apparent Cetus Protocol exploit team investigating. The price of various SUI-based tokens plunged on decentralized exchanges amid an exploit that has led to about a $200 million loss so far in this hack. OC, can you go ahead and pull up that chart? Let's check out SUI, and we'll come back, watch a video with good old Charles Hoskinson, aka his twin Hopkinson, and then we'll talk about this Trump coin and get out of here, man. What do you got on SUI, man?
Absolutely. So, despite everything, it's looking strong, to be honest. I mean, look at the drop that we have immediately in 2 candles, but also look at what happened with the bottom party here. We have a very nice.
What is that? Is that a chart prime indicator on there that bounced on?
Oh yeah, right here. That is a dynamic reactor. Absolutely. Not only that, we were having right here a support, right? So just so you know, we were looking at these areas from before. That was the previous high. So we remember we are looking for revisiting those previous highs to find some support. It's something important to note. It is that, yes, we have this big absorption zone right here, and that is very important, but we also are making a goose head. Usually what happens when we make a goose head, we then have a little retracement for then a further continuation, and usually in this case it's a little bit of an anomaly. We have a double top, but usually after here, that's where we have the bigger retracement. Goose head again would mean maybe further move to the upside before we have a bigger retracement, right? The bigger retracement also just happened. So maybe we could even have, like not such a big retracement if the goose head, when it breaks, doesn't lose the zero line like it did in here. But so far, looking fabulous. If you're looking to trade this, your entry's a little bit already gone. Remove the most recent drawings, and let's bring up our support and resistances here. So even that we have this retracement, I would not be long in this candle, other than if we go all the way back in here, right? So that is going to be my next possible entry. Another one that, look at that, we have a trend line. So maybe you're feeling a little bit too risky, you want to take the risk, maybe you can start long right here on your trend line. It is just one single point of reference, so I wouldn't really advise you to. Again, this is not financial advice, but this could also be, if you really want to, your entry. But I'd rather wait for this candle to break. Hey, we have our money flow POC change. That's because right here we have the most amount of money changing. Now that is closer, and this just happened right now, and I want you guys to notice how fast or how quick am I to change of perspective. Why? Because I have new data, right? So now for me, this one that previously was very risky, now it's looking a little bit better. Why? Because I have my money flow POC much, much closer. My stop loss is going to be entering right before the dynamic reactor. I will be willing to enter at the dynamic reactor. or re-enter at the dynamic corrector. Remember that you can also go like this and divide your entry into parts, maybe one right here and another one right in here with your support. That will make it 1/2 of an entry, and then right here another half of an entry. However you want to, this is going to be it. If you see a continuation, wait for hit these areas, retracement, your entry, and then off we go. So that will be SUI for now. Until we lose the zero line, we're not bearish. And that's it.
Oh, see, people want to see your coffee cup. Are you drinking coffee and OJ today?
I'm not, man. Oh, I have my own, like, this is from Cool Friends, and it is not easy to be the GOAT.
It's not easy to be the GOAT.
Yeah.
Ask Billy, he'll tell you. Let's talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
this real
absolutely.
fast. Yesterday, we showed that article talking about that the $600 million that just disappeared off chain at the hard fork of Cardano. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson, aka Hopkinson, according to the article, tells CoinMarketCap CEO, "Get your dogs under control." He was accused of misappropriating $600 million in ADA from the network's treasury. Cardano has kicked off an audit to dispute the claim, so they're coming back fighting on this, and he'll also be stepping down away from the social media and turning it all over to the Cardano team after the audit is complete. This is his response to that claim, that fudge yesterday. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Bit tired of all this. I really am. You know, I for years talked about the need for veracity bonds. I look at CoinMarketCap. To the CEO of CoinMarketCap, get your dogs under control. Honestly. Just come on.
Yeah, he's that was it. It's 21 seconds long, but yeah, he definitely is just not playing this game with them. And he said, "Fine, look, we'll do a full audit inside, just to shut you up." So, and then lastly, here, guys, Trump dinner. You guys remember this whole thing? Top holders of the top 25 meme holders of Trump coin will be invited to a meme coin dinner with Trump. And I told you, this is probably when I would look at shorting Trump, is right at this event, right? Get rid of it, because a lot of people, they've been buying so they can get to this dinner. Now it's happening. Trump draws global crypto investors with $148 million meme coin dinner. Top 25 meme coin holders to enjoy a private VIP reception with Trump. Democratic lawmakers are demanding attendee names, citing foreign influence concerns. Profits favor big investors. Smaller wallets face significant losses. Buyers of the Trump meme coin are converging from around the globe on Thursday, today. Be looking at that for an exclusive dinner at his private country club overlooking the Potomac River, just outside the nation's capital. Among those who will be in attendance, China-born crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun, who won first place in the dinner contest with his $18.5 million wallet, and who is also the largest publicly known investor and an advisor to World Liberty Financial, Trump's family's crypto platform. It's made them hundreds of millions of dollars. On Wednesday, Sun posted a video of himself visiting the executive office at the next to the White House. The U.S. Securities Exchange recently paused its 2023 fraud case against Sun, citing public interest. So some interesting stuff going on there. Quid pro quo and tit for tat going on. Top holders will enjoy a private VIP reception, and the four largest investors will also receive a limited edition Trump Tourbillon watch that sells for about $100,000. So yeah, a lot of opportunity here for corruption, in my opinion, but also a good opportunity to short Trump coin. And then lastly, we'll leave you with this, guys. Next week, going to be a little shift up of the shows. I do think we're going to try to do the morning market report, but it may just be me, OC, may just be focusing on the Discord stuff and on his evening trade with OC show. But because I think LBC might be joining me for a morning show all next week, live from my suite at the Paris. But next week, guys, on Tuesday, Tuesday night, I think about 6:30 p.m. at the Paris, at the Beer Park. This is where it's at, is Beer Park, Las Vegas, at the Paris. We're going to be doing a meet and greet right here on this patio, this beautiful patio, meeting with all the Piper Academy alumni. So, guys, come on out. I'll buy you guys a drink. We'll have some appetizers. We'll have a good time, hang out, do a meet and greet right here at the Beer Park. And yes, for those that do not know, let me go to it. There we go. View the menu. They do have ribs. So hashtag rib chat. We're going to have some ribs and meet up at the Beer Park. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys all there next week at the Bitcoin conference. OC, what do you got for the people on the way out, man? We need them to smash the like. We know that. But how are you feeling about today? What's your advice for everybody on the markets today, and how should they approach this whole concept of Bitcoin in its discovery phase?
Well, I think this is very important. I mean, we're once again making news head. I think, guys, come on, we're breaking all-time highs once again, right? What else is doing that? Well, many things in the market, but Bitcoin looks very strong and looks pushing through the bad, the bad weather. So let's just keep it let's enjoy it while it lasts, because we're gonna have the bear market. So do not get trapped at the top. Remember to use a stop loss, all right? Again, I'm not trying to cut the bullishness, right? I'm just trying to get you prepared for whenever it happens. Nobody knows when that's going to happen. Remember, my target is 500K. Hopefully we get there, but I'm still moving cautiously, all right? I don't want to get...
Those are rookie numbers in the bracket.
Absolutely. They can chin, please. So other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining, and a quick reminder to hit that like button, because remember, the Piper Academy, the morning show, it is the only show that gives you power ups when you click that like button. This time, absolutely, this time if you click that like button, well then you will always have that peanut butter and jelly bread ready to go when there's nothing else to eat. Believe me, that it's a savior.
I love it. All right, guys, we are about to head over to Crypto Princess. She's got a show that's starting right now, actually 3 minutes ago. So we're going to be dropping in on her. When you get over there, drop the graduation cash. Let them know that the Piper Academy alumni send their love, and we will catch you guys all back here tomorrow morning. Don't forget, tune in this evening with OC, Trade Live with OC. Tonight, after that, at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the late night show with Markets After Dark with Lunar Beaches Crypto. Tomorrow morning, BC Port Corp will be back with Good Morning Crypto, giving you your pre-market update. And then we'll be back at 10 a.m. breaking down the news, the charts, the markets, the macro, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until next time, guys, trade safe. And as always, use some risk management. Later, guys. Peace.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after the wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you will part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after the wheels fall low. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Alexandra. Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean. You can't handle the truth. Boom shakalaka!
That was awesome, dude!